Hi, I'm Svenja Lohner from Science Buddies, and in this video we will show you how to make a serial dilution for science projects at home and at school. Before we get started, if you need to review what solutions are and the math behind solution concentrations and single dilutions, check out our other videos linked in the description. Making a serial dilution simply means doing a sequential stepwise dilution of a solution. In other words, the same dilution is done multiple times in a row. This is useful when you want to test a wide range of concentrations. Let's look at an example of a serial dilution that uses a series of two-fold dilution steps. Remember, a two-fold dilution means that each dilution in the dilution series has a dilution factor of 2 and should be diluted 1 to 2. We will start with a Kool-Aid solution with a mass concentration of 50 grams per liter or 5 grams per 100 milliliters of water. To make a Kool-Aid solution with a concentration of 50 grams per liter, we weigh 5 grams of Kool-Aid powder into a graduated cylinder and add about 50 milliliters of water. Next, we stir the solution well until the Kool-Aid is completely dissolved, and only then fill the cylinder up to the 100 milliliter mark with water. This solution will be the stock solution for our first dilution step. Before starting the dilutions, we need to prepare a vial such as a test tube or cup for each dilution step. Make sure to label all of the cups so you don't confuse them later. We recommend writing the dilution directly on each cup. In this example, each cup will be a two-fold dilution, so the first cup will be a 1 to 2 dilution, the second a 1 to 4, the third a 1 to 8, and so forth. We will discuss how to calculate dilutions and concentrations later in this video. Once all the dilution cups are ready, we can start making our first dilution. Just as we used water as the solvent for the Kool-Aid, we will also use water as our dilution liquid. From our previous video, we know that diluting a solution 1 to 2 means taking one part of the stock solution and adding one part of the dilution liquid to it to make a total of 2 parts. As explained in the dilution video, we have many options for how to make a 1 to 2 dilution, based on the volume we choose to make our solution. We will use 100 milliliters of the stock solution for our dilution series, which means we need 100 milliliters of water for a 1 to 2 dilution step. Let's go ahead and put 100 milliliters of water in a graduated cylinder. To make our measurement as accurate as possible, we use a transfer pipette for the last couple of milliliters. The bottom of the meniscus should line up with the 100 milliliter mark. Now we can add the water to the first dilution cup. Then we fill a graduated cylinder with 100 milliliters of our Kool-Aid stock solution and add it to the first dilution cup filled with 100 milliliters of water. Finally, we mix the diluted solution to distribute the Kool-Aid evenly. Our first dilution step is done. In the next dilution step, we will do another 1 to 2 dilution, but this time we will dilute the 1 to 2 dilution we just made. In a serial dilution, each new dilution becomes the stock solution for the next dilution step. For the next dilution step, we measure 100 milliliters of water and add it to the next dilution cup labeled 1 to 4. Then we briefly mix the 1 to 2 dilution we just made one more time and measure 100 milliliters of the solution in a graduated cylinder. Next, we add the measured volume of the 1 to 2 dilution to the 100 milliliters of water in the 1 to 4 dilution cup. Again, we mix the diluted solution well to distribute the Kool-Aid evenly. We have made a 1 to 2 dilution of the 1 to 2 dilution. This new solution is a 1 to 4 dilution with a dilution factor of 4. We can repeat the dilution steps as many times as we need, always using the previous dilution solution as the new stock solution for the next dilution step. But how do we know the dilution factor and concentrations for every new dilution we make? Let's do some calculations together to find out. In our dilution series, we kept a constant dilution factor of 2 for every dilution step. The dilution factor for each step can be calculated by multiplying all the dilution factors leading up to that dilution step. Therefore, the dilution factor for the final dilution results from multiplying the dilution factors of all dilution steps. For example, if we wanted to calculate the dilution factor of the fourth dilution step in our dilution series, we would have to multiply the dilution factor of all 4 dilution steps, which gives 16. The fourth dilution would be a 1:16 dilution, which means that the concentration of the Kool-Aid in the fourth dilution solution is 16 times less than in the original Kool-Aid stock solution we made at the very beginning. You can use the dilution factor of a new dilution to calculate its concentration using the following equation. In our example, we know that the initial concentration of the Kool-Aid in the undiluted stock solution was 50 grams per liter, or 5 grams per 100 milliliters. We can divide the initial concentration by the dilution factor to calculate the final concentration of the solution in each dilution step. For example, in our fourth dilution cup with a dilution factor of 16, the Kool-Aid concentration would be 50 grams per liter divided by 16, which is 3.125 grams per liter, or 0.3125 grams per 100 milliliters. Now you know everything you need to make a cereal dilution. If you want to practice making cereal dilutions in the context of a science project, you can find interesting projects linked in the description below this video. You can also find thousands of other science and engineering projects for school, home, or just for fun on our website at www.sciencebuddies.org. Happy experimenting!